There we go. I do believe we're live. So I'll say indeed and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again. It ain't gonna work. I do like that. And do like this. Is that a show that I see? Am I getting loved already? Jeeps. How lucky. This thing is still clicky clacking on my necklace. Can't have that. No. No, can't have that. There we go. Better. Welcome. Thank you for joining me on another conscious evolution. Today, we'll be having a conversation about the power of speech. You ever think about how powerful you are because you have the ability to say something? If you had to believe what the powers that be told you, you'd believe your speech means nothing. You'd believe you'd be shouting into the void. But no, it's not true. Because when you speak to people, right? And that's where the power is. Speaking is just the way you empower yourself through people. I had like a whole thing today. I was waiting in line to get my passport. I was number 47th in line. And then I get told, like again, this is now the second time I've been there. The last time that I went, they let me know that I'm supposed to have an appointment if I want to get the documents that are all ready. So I made an appointment for today for 9 to 10. And I went in during my appointment slot. And by the time it was 12, I was still sitting there, losing my mind. And then one of the people, like the DMV people, talked to me and they were like, "Oh, sir, what's your name?" And I say my name and surname. And they go, "Oh, yeah, you should go outside," she tells me. Because like they want you to literally wait outside. There's like multiple chairs next to me open. And she's like, "Yeah, you should go outside." And I go, "No, I'm here to collect my passport." And she's like, "Yeah, I know, but you're something not on the list." And I literally, I wish I was joking. I'm kind of cracked when it comes to this. I literally come behind her desk and I look at the list she has printed out, and I go, "No, no, there's my name." I point to my name on the piece of paper that it like have the list printed out. I'm like, there I am. There. And then she's like, "Yeah, but you're number 47th. And there's like all of these people that needs to go before you." Because again, it's 12. It's 12. My meeting was at 9 a.m. Right? They haven't been able to help the people. And like the earliest meeting slot is freaking 9 to 10 a.m. as well. And then she goes, "Yeah, no." And she's like, "These people need to be helped first." And I go, "Okay, that's fine. I can wait." Why haven't they been helped? I ask. And she's like, "Yeah, we're looking for their passports." Because literally their storage system is, one of those like movable shelves on like the rails, and there's like a bunch of shelves that you can like move like this, right? Like it's just like those shelves filled with fucking passports. So many passports. Like the fact that they found mine in between that mess is a miracle to me. But she goes, "Yeah, we're still looking for their passports." And I go, "Let me help." I've been here for too long. I've been here for way too long. Let me help. I'll show me where you think they might be. Give me the list of names that you're looking for, and I'll start. I'll start parsing through these freaking passports. Let me just get this done, please. Hey, RJ Singh, it's nice seeing you again. And then these two ladies start laughing at me. They're like, "No, relax yourself." "You cannot help us do our government work. You can't do that. Sorry, fam." And then, because I was so adamant, they ended up jumping the line for me, right? Like I was still 47th in line. and there was still like 40 people that had to go before me. And then she goes, she calls me over. She gives me my documents. She scans my fingerprints. I have to sign for it. And then she goes, when you leave, don't leave. And there's like two hallways, right? The one hallway is literally filled with people. Like down the hallway, both sides of the hallway is filled with people. She goes, when you leave, go down that hallway. She points to the one that doesn't have people, right? And she doesn't say to me that she's helping me first so that, I can stop skizzing. But she also implies that I should go through that door, you know. I'll have one come back, please. Love is true. Joe, 555 in me, bless you. And then she gives me my passport and she goes, you're going through that door, right? You're gonna leave through that door? And I go, yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Got my passport now, out of there. And then I went to the police station to go and get my police clearance for the third time. And for the third time, there was no people there. And then I'm like literally pacing the police station, right? And I don't know why, but I have a lot of comfort being at police stations. I think it's because of last year. I was like at the police station like 4 times that year to go and report them breaking into my place. So like I gained so much like comfort of like, yeah, I'm not scared of the police anymore. So I'm just like walking around, literally, not even joking, like walking up the stairs, like checking the building out, seeing what's in rooms, like push my head in a meeting room. I see a bunch of executive looking people sitting around a round table. They look at me, I go, and I disappear from the door again. I walk into the rooms that only have like one officer in it. I go, hey, officer, hey, Mr. Officer, sir, can you please help me? Help me. There's no police clearance person. One person tells me, yeah, I don't think there's anybody working there. Another person tells me, I think they hired a new person to work there. Another person tells me, yeah, they hired a new person there, but that person is out for training. And then the fourth person I think I asked was like, yeah, but you're not gonna get any help here? Go to, tells me, Mamuledi, something like that. Do you know Mamuledi police station? I'm like, no, no, I don't. And then he starts explaining to me. And then I drive there. And literally, like that, I walk into the police station. The first police officer sees me, lifts his head. I go, hello, policeman, sir, Mr. Officers. I go, I am here for police clearance. And he goes, oh, wait, come here. Let me show you where. He walks me to the door. In that door sits a police officer. I talk to him. I go, hello, sir. I want police clearance. He's like, away. He gives me the papers. Like, so prompt, right? Like the contrast. Like literally 9 miles, no, 8 miles from each other, different police stations, just like orders of magnitude better. And again, you'd think this one would be better because it's better funded or whatever. Nay. So yeah, what was that all about? The power of your voice, the power of speech. I feel today could have been so much more painful, so much more time consuming if I was a grouch. No, no. I was just super stoked to get police clearances and passports. And they kind of met me halfway. Had a whole moment where they were like, why do you need police clearance, dude? I'm like, I'm getting married. And they're like, why do you need police clearance to get married? I'm like, I'm getting married to someone in America. And then that conversation unfolded. And then they were like, yeah, you're getting catfished. That's the first thing that went down. I guess they're police, so they probably have seen their fair share of horror stories. They're like, you're getting catfished. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I'm not getting catfished. The true utility of the BARD class. I'm here for this conversation. Yeah, Sam. How have you been liking it? I've been having fun. I'm not scared of people. I don't know if it's a healthy trait. I think I might benefit. I'm very respectful. I'm just not scared. And I'm not scared to be disrespectful if I need to be as well. I am now selling creative food and content. bucks, $5 of pop delivery upon payment. I'll have one comeback, please. Cracks knuckles. You keep that shit up, and I'll use my yogi flexibility to pose my foot in your. The more of those words that I read, the more of it got visualized inside my mind, or inside my. I should say probably. Love is true. Kermit, hey and Dot, nice having you. You're getting catfish. How do you get someone to get off your back? It depends on who's on your back and for what reason. Do you owe them money? Are they a team player, right? Like you have a project to do and you need to do your part of the project. Are you starting a business together? Are you roommates? Like I need more context than that. There's a bunch of reasons to be on the back of another person, and every on the back of being has a different remedy. Ideally, the best way to have someone get off your back is to humor them. Humor them. That you need one creative foot and ass comeback. Yeah, you pay me $5 and then you get foot and ass comeback from Sam. That's how it works. Perfect economy. I take all the, I mean, I wanted to say I take all the money and you do all the work, but that's literally what Google is doing. Even if you gave me cash, unfortunately, Google is still going to take 30% of it, sometimes up to 45% of it. Take that color off. No. This is not a color. This is a gemstone that I carry with me. This gemstone knows more than you, testing. This gemstone is millions of years old. It has seen a lot. And since I acquired it, it has seen more. And the longer I carry it with me, the more expansive it becomes alongside me in this journey that we're on. Be free, MeltMore. I am. That's what I'm telling you. Not only am I free, I am so free that I free other things. And then I carry them with me into freedom. Right? It's like, you know, you think a little rock likes just laying there on the ground? I don't think so. I think they like going on adventures. I'm from Indiana. Of course I can catch a catfish. I can even bait my own hook. Look at that. Yeah, we'll not be starving to death. Look at us. Irama is going to Mars, but you and I will go to the moon. Yeah, TM. TM, I've not seen that username before, but you saying stuff like that is very in sync with my current experience. I have recently become a Zora creator, and Zora issues a creator token, and my creator token has been gaining market cap. Yes, and it feels good. It feels like going to the moon. It feels like floating on marshmallows. That's usually what happens to bards. Sigh. We do all the work, and the sword and board gets all the XP. Yeah. At least this is one of the good things about being a bard, Sam, is that we kind of just like adventure, right? We're there for the adventure. We're not really there for the getting scorched by a dragon. Getting scorched by a dragon is part of the adventure, but we'd like to be the person that's like on the sidelines watching others get scorched by dragon. Be like, and then they got scorched by dragons, and it was absolutely horrific, and I couldn't sleep for a week, and I'm, I'm gonna add some heat to this Dyna Vaporizer. I have something in there called critical mass. Pretty cool sounding, isn't it? Tastes really nice. I don't exactly know how to describe it. Sharp. One of the first strains I had with this was a strain called Point Blank, and it has those same terpenes. like sharpness, like a sharp. And that one tastes like Fruity Loops. Like still the sharpness, it like literally is so sharp it like it's like kind of getting pepper sprayed a little bit. Not exactly. I've never been pepper sprayed, so I probably am speaking under duress. It's more like that sensation you get just before you want to sneeze, that zzz, suddenly zzz, in your nervous systems. The bartender just here to click coconuts behind you. That one's gonna do it. That one is gonna take us places. We're going there now. Said help. Said help me. Oh, I think there is technically still more medicine left. You see, like a lot more medicine left in there too. That's shocking. This one isn't going to taste as good, but it's going to continue us down this path. If you're just joining us, today we're having a conversation about the power of speech. The fact that I can say something and captivate your attention. And if I can captivate your attention, I can potentially influence your mind. And in that way, I do believe that all language is sometimes, I do believe it's all language, but I think it's mostly sometimes. It might be all the time, but sometimes is used for manipulation. All right, do you feel manipulated by me right now? Do you believe in this understanding that we use language to make the other person feel what it is we're feeling? And in that case, what is it that I'm feeling right now that I want you to feel? I feel a sense of hope. I feel a sense of excitement. I am very caffeinated right now, admittedly. There was a coffee shop that I went to today, and I asked the lady behind the coffee bar, what does that word mean? And it's like recetero, rosretto, something like that. And it goes 1 rosetro or whatever shot, 2 R shot, 3 R shot, 4 R shot. And I go, what is R shot? And she tells me, R shot is like an espresso, but it's like a lightly packed espresso. And then we do that for each shot. We pull it again and again, right? Adding new shots. And she goes, 1 is if you want like a normal coffee experience. 3, you're like, like that's what she does. And I go, oh, cool. And then it's called a Plato. Then they have a coffee that's called Socrates. And it's 4 of those shots. And like after her explaining to me that if you get 3, you're like, I'm like, can I have 4, please? What comes after? After that comes this speed. It's like you're running, but actually you're standing still. It's definitely an appetite suppressant, I noticed. But it's also a conversational stimulant. I mean, it's a stimulant in general, isn't it? Is caffeine a stimulant? Yes. I had to check. Yes, it is. At this point, I still have to archive my brain, but eventually, when I do that, I'll check the totality of human knowledge. Today, we're having a talk about why you should invest points in the speech tree. Yeah. Speech tree is powerful. Speech tree be powerful. You can literally shape reality if you keep skilling your speech tree. And the future that we are actively stepping into is going to be language based, right? We are going to outsource all doing to the machines, And it's going to become our responsibility to generate meaning. And if you cannot communicate meaning, if you cannot consolidate people around a common vision, a shared perspective, then it's going to be very difficult for you to, at least if you want to, uh, thrive. What does thrive mean to you, Melt? Thrive to me means being able to do the things that I want to. All right. And all of us are going to have such good lives in comparison. But it is going to be one of those things like there's going to be so many good things to do that whether you want to do one thing or not won't matter because it will still be fun. However, in that way, what you want is going to be the real weight, right? The real meaning, the real importance. And we're going to have to be able to talk to each other, even if we don't continue using our human language as I am right now. Maybe in the future, I'm just staring into the camera and maybe there's even more communication happening. Maybe there's like fractures. And in these fractures, there is information displayed. Right, yes, this piece of stuff. And then it transmutes into this. And then this two parts I'm holding at the same time. And I don't know. But I do have it in me. I actually, like, when we started doing these streams, still in the year 2021, I had this conviction at that point already to invent a new language, one that is spoken visually, where it's almost like you're trying to find some sort of consolidation between two perspectives. Right? My favorite way to explain this analogy is that every single time I try to explain a concept to you in the way that I am right now, I'm using a string, a sentence. And then if I flatten that string and I make it a little piece of paper mache, and I put it over this idea that I'm trying to convey, the more sentences that I use, it's more string. And if I'm putting it appropriately around this inconceivable, unproperly explainable, three-dimensional object that you're also trying to visualize in your mind, the better I get at putting the pieces of paper mache in the right places where the outlines are supposed to be, the better you understand me. And I believe that we can actually do it that way, right? It might not be paper mache, it might be more colors and shapes and the associations that come with it, where you will literally have to properly sit with the language model, and then it will go through the keywords you use in your vocabulary and that the people in your world probably use in their vocabulary, and you'll have to almost like sit with it, spend that time to get to know what that word means to you in the way that it looks, like in a spiritual, psychological, energetic way, right? Work, for example. Is work something that's like a burden? Is it heavy? Is it sharp? Does it hurt? Or is it something that enacts change, makes a difference in the world, all right? Adds value. Like there's so much. And then in basically kind of like really coming to a conclusion, and it doesn't have to stay permanent. Ideally, it doesn't. Ideally, it evolves with you, right? You get to almost like create this texture of language inside of your own visual vocabulary. And then you can have a language model slash visual model kind of like sit next to you. And as you're trying to communicate something, it builds a concept that is in all of the things that you said. And then when that exact same concept is displayed to the person that you're trying to communicate to, it translates the word for word association into visualization. right? So instead of it having to be, I think of work as something heavy, by the time it reaches you, the same word for work that you use, right, looks differently, looks literally differently to what it is they're trying to say. Maybe that's a little bit too out there. Maybe that expects a lot of us. But I imagine it being almost like another dimension of what it is we're trying to do right now. Especially if it is this fractal of I'm trying to make you feel what it is I'm feeling. And in that way, again, you can translate one for one my message through your model into what it is you want to visualize. But you can, of course, see the exact visualization of that other person. See what it is they see when it is they're saying what they are saying to you. See what it is you see when you see what it is they're saying to you. And then you can do like a mixed weights where you just like, with some sort of either algorithm or with some sort of randomizer, literally mix your perspectives. Some of the visualizations of what words you choose to use is yours. Some of the visualizations they choose to use is theirs. And then those two concepts will have to find some sort of symbiosis or meshing in the final product as well. That was literally that whole thing that I just tried to explain, that I paper mache, that was the original idea. That's actually what I wanted to do from the get-go. And then I realized that that is an absolutely monumental task. And my technology isn't quite there just yet. Just yet, it's getting there. It's catching up, but not quite. So I decided that in the meantime, I'll have to make some sort of background. Like there has to be some sort of room, right? If there's going to be this conceptual 3D object floating in cyberspace, where is it? Is it just in the voidness of black? And I was like, nah, I don't want it to be the voidness of black. Maybe it could be. It might be the way that I'm making art right now. Interesting. I'm just noticing how the evolution of my art has come full circle a little bit. I'm digressing. Uh, and I wanted to create like basically a box, right? Like a box, and that box was going to be made out of one of these little squares, and one of those squares was supposed to be this, right? My first flower got made with that idea in mind of like what is the environment going to look like where this concept is going to be manifested. And this became the way in the meantime. And it is almost like, and this is the trip I've been having, the universe wants to speak through you. The universe speaks to you in many different ways. I am definitely a believer more and more so in the universe finds you, right? And you should listen. Listen to that part curious, that part of you that has some sort of fascination with. Follow that instinct. It might lead you somewhere interesting. Of course, practice good judgment. That goes without saying. Speech is so powerful. Very well. Bless you too, dear friend. It's also so easy, said Xiao, to make noise. Words are tools that are sometimes even that we sometimes even forget we're using. So often people say things and I have to wonder why. Yeah. The way that I've come to understand Joe is to like almost bring it full circle to what we said at the start of the stream, is that they're trying to make you feel what they're feeling. Usually. That's the way I interpret it. It's when someone shares something with me, it's like they're having some sort of feeling, some sort of experience internally. And that's almost like a microcosm, the thing they're trying to say. Even though words are powerful, they still pale in comparison to how powerful you are. You're the one using that power, right? It's like imagine a spaceship and it has like a super big gun. And that gun can go whomp and a planet go explode. You'd think, wow, that's powerful, that gun. But also, you'd be way more scared of the fact that it's attached to a massive spaceship, right? That spaceship could go to your planet next. You are that spaceship. You got powers. You got powers. And again, like this, that's the start of the stream, kind of like echoed. You might have been convinced that you don't contain any power, especially since there's so many of us that it feels a little bit hopeless. But if you show up for what you love, you're going to experience what you love. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but it does mean that you'll be given the opportunity to find over and over again what is loving. You'll be challenged, believe you me. Don't stop. I'm caffeinated. I'm caffeinating right now. Best part of the day, sharing with you guys. Bless the coffee moments with your friends. We're liking you too. Well, love you. Those caffeinated vibes. Paper mache would not work for. Look out for that boss. Yeah. Probably not. Probably not, Mojo. That was still me trying to simplify. Right. In that case scenario, look out for the bus would just suddenly be a lot of sharp, a lot of things that you would consider dangerous, right? Suddenly there's like blades spinning. Suddenly there's tiger pouncing feelings, right? Coming from a general direction. You feel that suddenly communicated at you. Ah! Right? And then you're gonna like, oh, what's that? What the hell's that? And then by the time you've already flinched and got out of the way, the bus comes past you. Right? It's not a, hey, look out for that bus. I hear that. I have to process what they said. I have to know in which general direction the bus might come from. I need to spot the bus, and then I need to get out of the way of which the bus is coming. Right? That's the way we process right now. But in speaking language like that, again, the collective seeing you potentially from a perspective that you don't have can suddenly communicate to you, danger, danger, coming from this general direction. And because we are these Tauruses, right? We have a general sense of our positioning. And if we can communicate in that Taurus field, I can tell you in this 3D space where the danger is coming from. And you can understand that instantaneously, like literally without any lag, without any bandwidth limitations. That visualization language sounds like it would be amazing. Thank you, Bianca Barry. Slowly but surely, our minds will ascend, right? Because it's obviously ground up hippie. Smash that algo button. Thank you, Prairie Wolf, for your part in doing so too. Ground up hippie? Did I miss something? Let me see if I go all messages. Yeah, I think I did. No point asking what you're smoking. Love this. Yeah, I'm not smoking anything. Technically, no smoke was produced. There was vapor produced, admittedly. But no smoke. Smoke's bad for you. Smoke means that carbon got molecularized. You don't really want little chunks of floating carbon. They're sharp. They're pretty sharp, molecularly speaking. Your body doesn't actually like getting like, imagine like being all soft and fleshy, and then suddenly the equivalent of a dry mountain, a dry, sharp, jagged mountain, just like crashes into you. Your body screams. All right. I'm sorry. That's what smoking does. However, if it's a vapor, it's like a aerosolized oil, right? And oils, when they land on those same fleshy bits, get absorbed. They go into the tissue, and it can be anti-inflammatory and anti-cancer. I'm not smoking. Great, you set him off. Yeah, you're gonna know. You're freaking gonna hear it. Because again, I already speak in that visual language. That's why I want to make it a thing. I already speak in that visual language. So whenever I do things in this world, that's the way my body communicates to me. It's like when you do this thing, this this visual experience, this is happening to you. That's why I have had a really hard time tolerating bad smells. Oh, I lose my mind with bad smells because I'm so viscerally aware of whatever that molecule is that I have identified I dislike can only be identified as something to dislike because it is fusing with my mucous membrane. Right? It is becoming a part of me. And I get so angry. Like there's few ways. Like to like give you some perspective on this as well. I think the thing that really drove the peg into my crazy was this era in primary school where they would buy these things called stink bombs. And it was essentially a little pouch with, I guess, a chemical capsule in it and then some powder. And then you would step on that chemical capsule and it would mix with the powder and then it would swell up and then it would pop and then it would release this absolute stench. And of course, children. Because I like again, I was like what 7 or something, and even back then I had this air of like these fucking kids, because they would put these stink bombs in people's bags, right? So it was like a gag to do that and put it in someone's bag, and then they would walk into the class with their bag unbeknownst, and then it would pop in their bag after they went into the class, and then it would be a spectacle, and the teacher would be looking for this thing. I get why a child probably would love that spectacle, but I would like, I don't know if it's nightmares, but had this active with rage, pre-rage of someone doing something like that to me. Oh goodness, yeah, being a kid. I don't think they sell those things anymore. I hope they don't. Like I'm almost like tripped out by the fact that that even existed. Let me search on the search model. Oh, there we go. I'm having this conversation slash flashback, definitely not nostalgic, almost like badly so, about these things called stink bombs when I was in primary school. It would be these little pouches that they would step on and then they would swell and they would pop. And it would, of course, give off a horrible smell. Are those things still being manufactured? And how? How did that ever happen? Like, how was that a thing? Like it almost baffles my mind that something like that was allowed. No, nope, so nope, nope. Right. Hippie. I wish the 70s hippies were like this. Trust me, they were not. Prairie Wolf. Yeah, I'm only cosplaying as a hippie. Actually, I am Technomancer. I am Technomancer. I just am dressed as a hippie. All right, the thing up here. I don't know. I don't even know what that is. It thinks it knows what it is, and I humor it. Oh, we had those too. It was called a hard-boiled egg. But oh wait, that's horrible. Kids used to pop them, buy the buckshot. That's cool. It sucked. Tuck shop, yeah. You like? Yeah, the ones you can eat. Good for you. You get lion's mane, turkey tail, and chaga, and cordyceps. Good stuff. Good for your brains. Really good for your brain, especially the lion's mane. I really do want to consume more of it. Technomancer, love that. Love is true. Yeah, those little stink bomb pouches from primary school. Yes, they actually still exist. They're still making them. They're still. pisses me off. These classic pranks trace back centuries. Even Leonardo DiCaprio sketched stink bombs shot from arrows and were industrially popularized in World War II. The US and the UK intelligence agencies developed them as non lethal weapons to humiliate or disperse crowds using foul odors like butyric and valeric acids, including a concoction so infamous it was nicknamed the mother of all stinks. So interesting information. In school and arcades, the small glass or plastic capsules held ammonium sulfide. Step on it or squeeze it, and the bag would swell, burst, and release a sulfur rich, rotten egg stench. Why this was allowed? They were seen as harmless prank toys, not toxic or weapons grade. Ah, thank you. I love how these were like made as like literal weapons. These were weapons, mother of all stinks. And then they were like, okay, this is the weapons grade stink. Everything else isn't weapons grade. And then they were like, okay, it's fine. Sell it to kids now. Let the kids have it. Even though they were chemically powerful enough to disrupt the classroom. Yeah, you'll tell me. Uh, Regulations were lax and novelty shops. No, you're dirty, bro. You like rolling in the dirt too much these days, so like you can only have one or the other. You can either like be a lap dog, or you can be a dirt dog. You there's no like intersection where you get to be both of those things at the same time. All right. Regulations were lax in novelty shops, toy stores, and mall kiosks, and even ice cream trucks sold them openly. By today's standards, they're flammable or irritating, but no, you're dirty. You're absolutely filthy. You might not think so, but I can see the like layer of grime on you. And sure, maybe we can like bathe you and stuff. That could work. But it's not like you're gonna be not rolling in dirt just like seconds after that, aren't you? Look at him, like he's like so like it's not that big a deal, bro. It's not that bad. You can be like close and stuff. You can be close. Hmm? You want some scratches? You want scratchums? All right, there you go. Yeah, some scratches. Some scratches. Some scratches. Is that what you wanted? You just wanted some scratches? You just wanted some scrum-matchums? Some scrum-mitchy-mossies? Some scrum-mochers? Scrishy, squishy. Squishy, squish, squish, squish. Scrum, scrum, scrums. Scrummy, scrum, scrunch. Scrushy, scraps. Okay, is that enough? Is that enough? Was that a no? I say. I say enough. He's like, oh wait, that must mean I unlocked lap privileges. Nay. This is my Spyco Defensiomatics. I got spikes where you would sit, and these spikes are intelligently adjusting. Smart spikes. You summoned the dirt dog. There you go, Prairie Wolf. Miss giving my Jack Russell. Itchy scratchies. You mentioned that you had a Jack Russell too. Oh, Prairie Wolf, bless you again. Caprio, I'm stealing that. Might have missed some. Am I missing some? No, I am on all messages. Oh, the wind is brushing past me. It's not a hot one today. Are they still made? Yep, you can buy them from Amazon and eBay, Walmart, of course. Sell modern versions marketed as fart bombs or stink bags. Packs of 100. Yes, for when you need bulk. For when you need bulk stink bags. I guess I'm imagining the person that goes to Walmart and walks past bulk stink bags and is like, I'll spend, guess it can't be less than $1. I'll spend $100 on stink bags. I'll totally do that. Specialty novel shops. Okay. How about that? What a world we live in. You know, if I had a say, Crizel, it's been a while. Welcome back, friend. It's nice having you. Sending you blessings. If I had my say, I'd say we ought not do such things. Would I be robbing children of joy? I don't know if I want to leave that lady behind. Jeeps. Give me a second. There we go. I got my passport today. One more box checked. I also got my fingerprints done. So involved. Fingerprints. And then again, fingerprints. They took like so many iterations of my fingerprints. You can still kind of see the inkies. The police officer asked me, "Have you been arrested before?" And I get to say, "No, officer. I've been good." Looks at me. puts in the form, not available. Right? Have you been arrested? Not available. Not no. Not available. I'm like, still didn't impress you to get mod. 6 months left, I guess. You can only get mod if you consecutively show up, Crizel, for a year. It has to be like an everyday kind of thing, all right? Like, you left for like what? 3 weeks. Timer gets reset. 3 weeks, timer gets reset. Yeah, I have to start over. So you got 1 year again. Love it through, Grizel. It's nice having you here. Blessed to you. Today we're having a conversation about the power of speech. Damn, Owen. Power of speech. The fact that I get to say things, shape my reality because of it. My reality is the way that it is because I went the route of speaking. There is so much more to say. I hope to stay good at saying whatever comes to my mind. And I hope that when I find myself just being quiet, that is also valued and respected enough. I don't think I'll ever be quiet to the point of non-presence. But there's a part of me that worries. All right. I worry that I won't indefinitely stay entertaining or indefinitely have novel things to talk about. Especially if I'm going to, for instance, instead of doing a 1 hour, 2 hour stream, doing a 18-hour stream. Why would I do such a thing? I don't know. Maybe one day, all right? Would I be able to do that? Do I need to be able to do that? Maybe by the time I want to do stuff like that, I'll have help. Do you do live streams for money or for fun? Loaded question. I do it as a part of my life path, right? And I believe that if you do the things that you're supposed to do on your life path, money will come. And I've believed that I have as much fun with this as I can while I am showing up for something that I take very seriously, right? It's very hard sometimes for me to have fun and be serious at the same time. But in this space, we have a good kind of balance. We make it work. Why do you write the titles in past tense? Because when I wrote it, it was then, and now it's now. And by the time this finishes as a stream, it would be grammatically correct, because it would be, from the perspective of the viewer, be a glance on what was. Maybe they don't have the time or patience, but they might have the time or patience to read the title. What happened on day 1663 or 64? And you can look and you see, oh, Mel talked about the power of speech. And then you're like, do I like thinking about the power of speech? Yes or no? Maybe I'd like to hear what Mel had to say. And then you can click on the stream and you could do so. So I hope that explains enough. Like a politician, you don't hear from for 3 years, then runs for office. I was like, yes, why am I not president? I'm like you said if I can like politicians, then I can president as well. So like, why no presidents? Let me know. Love is true. No point. Oh, I appreciate you, friends. This is a fun stream. I feel like we really did hit a note, for me at the very least. So much so that I'm going to do something I haven't done in a long time. I'm going to save the number of the stream. I used to be way more vigilant with this, but the last one I did was like day 1576. And the last day before that was 1356. And before that was 1183. Sometimes I'll do a stream and the way that I present the information will resonate well enough with me where I find it valuable enough to keep it as a data point. Visual language explanation. My second brain remembers forever. For never, forever forgetting, it will remember as you friends have remembered me and found yourself here again. Thank you, friends, for joining and sharing in this space. It really is always a pleasure to come together. Let me show you yesterday's piece of art. This is what it looks like. So many insects. So many insects. Oopsie doopsie. How many insects do you see? Jo with her heart's eyes, making my heart go bumps. So many creatures staring back at ye. This one, big old mandibles, like spider, thickum mandibles. Spider duty, staring back at ye. Do you paint them? And these are photos of the actual painting. No. I take a photo of myself and then I manipulate the pixels until they look like that. All right, so yesterday, let me show you. Let me see. If I have any luck, the instance will still be open. I have no luck, but I do still have the original photo, so I can do it like that. All right, that was yesterday's outfit. So I take a photo of myself, and then I manipulate. You see? Jumpings, Pinks. Squiggly squigglies. Yeah, water bear. You see the tardigrades? Nice. And blue and reds. And blue and reds. Yeah. Melting reality. Making it conform to me. What it is I want to see. Always and forever beauty. I appreciate ye. Part of me wants to show you one more time, and then I'll read you the poem. This goes with the next. A poem about needs. It's okay for you to be needy. It's okay for you to have needs. Yesterday's topic was about, right? And today we talked about the power of your voice, the power of speech, and the fact that you get to say things. And there definitely is an intersection there where it's okay for you to say when you need something. Today's pastel scarf would make nice fractals. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be this softy with that dark blues and stuff. So I think it's going to be cool. Need is not a weakness. We all need. Sometimes quietly, sometimes loud, sometimes in ways we can't name but still ache to have answered. A hand to hold when storms roll in, a laugh to fill the silence, eyes that see you. Really see you. When you forget how to look at yourself, we need reassurance, gentle reminders we belong, the comfort of voices telling us it's okay to hope, to stumble, to begin again. Need is not a failing, not a flaw to be hidden or polished away. It's the thread that stitches us into the big, beautiful quilt of being human together. Let yourself need. Let yourself ask. Let others lean on you the way you lean on them. Need is just another word for being alive. It's how we build bridges instead of walls, how we find ourselves in one another's arms. I appreciate you, friends, for being here with me. It really is a pleasure sharing some space, sharing some time, getting to be present. It really is nice getting to use my speech and have friends like you that's willing to listen. You've given my life so much purpose, and I appreciate it more than I can ever say. Have a great day, everyone in the chat. Love is true. Look at that. Jovan has sent us a goodbye message. Your voice is powerful, friends. Notice how you use it with others and especially with yourself. Speak to yourself like you would to someone you love. Gently, truthfully, kindly. The words you choose shape your world. So choose love always. Love you, beautiful beings. I think that might just be my favorite goodbye message yet. I love that so much. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, friends, for being here with me. It's always a pleasure sharing some presents. I'll see you again soon, tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody. Until we do it again.